What would I do if I were applying for a partner visa? After nearly 10 years as a registered migration agent, I've helped hundreds of couples successfully apply for partner visas for Australia. I've also seen plenty of mistakes, strategies that used to work but no longer do, and new strategies that most people don't even know about yet. And sometimes I think, what would I do if I had to apply for a partner visa for myself? Not for Australia, because I know that system inside out. But what if I was applying for a partner visa in another country? What if I didn't know the system? What if I was starting from scratch, just like so many of my clients? Before I tell you what I would do, please like this video, subscribe to our Port Migration YouTube channel, and if you're looking for advice or assistance with your partner visa application, please reach out through the links in the description. We have a whole range of ways we can help, including our Ultimate Relationship Statement Guide, which is linked here. So, what would I do if I were applying for a partner visa for myself? One thing I do know is that what you can learn about partner visas online is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much we learn in our migration law qualifications that just isn't available on social media or blogs. And as we all know about icebergs, the real danger isn't what you can see, it's what you can't see. It's in what you don't know, not what you do know. So here's exactly what I would and wouldn't do if I was applying for a partner visa for myself. What I wouldn't do. If I were applying for a partner visa in a country where I wasn't an expert, there are a few things I would absolutely avoid. I wouldn't waste time second-guessing every form and document. Visa applications aren't just about filling in forms. Every question, every document, and every piece of evidence needs to align with the legal requirements. Guessing or assuming things are close enough is a recipe for delays, or worse, refusal. I wouldn't spend months scrolling Facebook or Reddit for advice. I see this all the time. People spend hours or even months, and sometimes years, reading posts from strangers on social media, hoping to find the magic answer to their visa questions. But what works for one person may not work for another. Immigration laws are constantly changing, and bad or outdated advice can lead to big mistakes. I wouldn't follow advice from someone who's only done it once. I see people making visa decisions based on what one person has done, maybe a friend or a family member, without realizing that policies, processing times, and risk factors might have changed, or that other person's situation is completely different to theirs in some really crucial and significant way. I also see people taking advice from people who aren't registered or legally allowed to provide migration advice. If I was applying for a partner visa, I would want to avoid this at all costs. And I wouldn't assume I knew everything I needed to know. Remember the iceberg? What you can find online is only the visible part of the process. The real risks and complexities lie beneath the surface. Assuming you know everything you need to know can be a costly mistake. Instead of making these mistakes, here's what I would do to get my visa approved as quickly as possible and with minimal stress. What I would do instead. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't fix my own car. I'm not an accountant, so I don't DIY my tax. And if I were applying for a partner visa in a country where I wasn't a registered migration agent and didn't have migration law qualifications and I didn't know the system, I wouldn't try and figure it out on my own. So what would I do? I would get expert advice from a real migration agent. If I were applying for a partner visa somewhere unfamiliar, my first step would be to find a migration expert who knows the system inside out and is legally able to provide advice and assistance. Visa laws are complex and policies change all the time. I wouldn't rely on free advice from the internet. I'd go straight to a professional who could give me accurate, up-to-date guidance. If I needed to wait longer so I could save to afford this, I would do it. The wait at the start pays off in time saved all throughout the process. I would get clear on eligibility. Before even starting an application, I'd want to know for sure that I qualify. I wouldn't assume that I qualify. I would want to know for certain. Do I meet the relationship requirements? What documents do I need? Are there any restrictions that I don't know about? Guessing leads to mistakes, and mistakes lead to delays or refusal. I'd make sure I understood the requirements up front. And I would want to know exactly what evidence is needed. Not all evidence is created equal. I wouldn't just throw in a bunch of photos and joint bank statements and hope for the best. I'd follow a clear strategy to provide the strongest possible evidence. Strong, well-organised applications get processed faster. Poorly prepared applications languish while the decision maker tries to get you to provide better information that proves you meet the requirements. I'd make sure mine stood out for all the right reasons. You want to be the application that the decision maker is glad they're reading. And I would make sure the person providing assistance knew exactly what the decision makers were looking for in the country where I was applying. And I would avoid common mistakes. Many people assume that because their relationship is genuine, their visa will be approved. Unfortunately, that's not how immigration works. Applications by people in genuine relationships get refused for avoidable reasons all the time. Missing documents, inconsistencies, or simply not presenting the case correctly, or even the basics like not checking emails or online portals. I'd make sure I understood the common pitfalls and how to avoid them before submitting anything. I have seen the partner visa application process in Australia cause immense stress for couples. I know that people often say our Australian partner visa application process is the most costly and complex in the world. But if I was applying for a partner visa somewhere else, I wouldn't assume this. Some countries require all applicants to attend an interview, where most Australian partner visa applicants don't attend an interview. Some countries require physical copies of documents. Everywhere is different. I wouldn't make assumptions. That's what I would do if I was applying for a partner visa. And that's exactly how we help our clients at Port Migration every day. Partner visa success comes from the right guidance. Most people don't realise the real danger in a partner visa application lies beneath the surface. Just like an iceberg, what you see, the forms, the basic requirements, the documents, might seem straightforward, but it's what you don't see that can cause the biggest problems. It's the circumstances that are specific to your case, and it's the strategies that experienced agents use which simplify and streamline the process. These are the things that can make or break an application. Having a genuine relationship isn't enough. Proving it in a way that gets your visa granted is what matters. This is what I would focus on if I was applying for a partner visa. That's why the right guidance makes all the difference. When you work with an expert, you don't just get help filling out forms, you get a strategy. You get someone who knows what to look out for, who understands the hidden risks, who have a proven process that they use and who can make sure your application is as strong as possible before you submit it. If I were applying for a partner visa in a country where I didn't know the system, I wouldn't take chances. I'd get expert help from day one. If you're applying for a partner visa in Australia, that's exactly what we do for our clients every day. If I were applying for a partner visa in a country where I didn't know the rules, where I didn't have 10 years of experience navigating visa systems, I wouldn't leave my future to chance. I wouldn't just hope I was doing it right. I wouldn't cross my fingers and trust advice from faceless internet strangers who've only done it once. I'd get expert help. When you're applying for a partner visa, it isn't just paperwork. It's your life and your future with your partner. It's your ability to stay together in a country where you've built your relationship. And when so much is at stake, you don't want to take risks. You want to get it right the first time. If you're ready to take control of your partner visa application and remove the stress, book a call today using the links in the description. Applying for a partner visa is one of the biggest steps you'll take in your life, and it's not something you want to leave to chance. I wouldn't gamble with something as important as my future with my partner. I'd get expert help to make sure I was doing it right. If you're serious about securing your partner visa, don't waste months second guessing or relying on advice from people who've only done it once. Get the right guidance from the start. Book a free call today. Take the first step towards a stress-free partner visa application. Let's get your partner visa sorted quickly, confidently, and with expert support every step of the way. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our Port Migration YouTube channel. Share this video with your partner, and keep in mind that just as with all our videos, the information in this video is general information only. We're here to provide advice and assistance that's specific for your circumstances, so reach out and we'd love to help. Until next time, all the best with your application.